everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel today, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review, and today I'm going to be looking at The Whale. This film was directed by Darren Aronofsky, and it stars Brendan Frasier, Sadie Sink, Ty Simpkins, and Hong Chow. And this movie is about Charlie, a 600-pound obese man in his last week of life, and in this week of life he takes it upon himself to try and reconnect with his daughter. I watched this movie a couple days ago and I wanted to give myself some time to think on it. This was a very interesting movie. I saw a lot of buzz towards this movie, a lot of Oscar buzz, especially for Brendan Frasier's performance in this movie. And that alone made me super excited to see it. I didn't think I'd actually be able to see it just because my theater, we don't typically get these sort of Oscar-winning movies. And if we do, it's really close to the Oscar season. So the fact that I even got this movie in my theater is a surprise. But I still was really excited to see it and hoping we would get it because I was really excited for this movie. This movie looked really emotional and I was really excited to see Brendan Frasier again in a movie. And after watching it, wow, I'm not trying to be overdoing it all, but one thing I have to say before anything, if you go to this movie, bring tissues. 110% bring tissues. One thing I can say about this movie is that it is so damn emotional. There are so many emotional moments in this movie, and even moments where it's not directly trying to be emotional. You're just watching Charlie, this man at a time, this man who's basically just on his last limb. He literally just doesn't care anymore. Do these, honestly terrible things to himself, the condition he's in. And you just watch him go through everyday life in these certain scenarios, and they are really painful to watch, and they make the experience so emotionally devastating. And he's not even talking, he's not even looking at the camera, no one's looking at the camera, no one's on screen, you're just seeing him go by, do his life, and it is so sad and to watch, and it just makes for such an emotional experience. A very common complaint I see with this movie online is that it's trying too hard to make you cry and it's trying to make you emotional. I personally don't agree with that. I think that the way they do it in this movie was so perfectly done. This movie is not supposed to be a happy-go-lucky movie with a good ending. No, that's not what this movie is supposed to be. This movie is supposed to make you feel depressed. It's supposed to make you look at life from a different angle. It's supposed to make you sad. It's supposed to make you just emotionally devastated, because I'm gonna say it right now, I was basically crying, or at least tearing up 50% of this movie. I don't even know how that was possible. I literally just watched the movie, and watching Brendan Frasier act and do these things, and act like this character, genuinely just made me tear up for literally an hour. I had a constant tear in my eye, basically this entire movie. I don't know how you were able to accomplish that, but honestly, I don't see that as a bad thing. Because what it was trying to do, it was trying to make this really emotional movie, and I think it damn well succeeds. I think this is a really great movie, especially emotion-wise. And I just gotta say it right now, Brendan Frasier. Oh my god. I was told he was good in this movie, but honestly, I had my expectations blown. He is so damn good in this movie. This is an Oscar-worthy performance, and honestly, I think a life-changing performance. You know how certain actors, they give a performance and then they're just in everything? I really do think that this is one of those times. He is so damn good in this movie. And that's all I can honestly say. He's just really friggin' good. He brings so much emotion to the character, and just, oh my god, I cannot truly describe how amazing he is in this movie. And how he just feels he doesn't feel like an actor at all. He feels like a genuine person. And that's the biggest hurdle an actor has to go through in a movie like this, is to make their character feel like a real person. And he 100% proves in this movie that he is more than capable of playing a character like that. And the same goes for everyone. I thought everyone was really good in this movie. Sadie Sink of Stranger Things fame, I thought was excellent here. She plays this little girl who's been through a lot. Her dad left her, and she naturally is very torn up about it. She's very angry at him, and you see that throughout the film, and she will say the nastiest stuff to our main character, and it made me angry, but it also is I get it to an extent. Because the way they explain it in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it obviously, but the way they explain it just makes it so clear what happened and what she went through in life, and you sympathize with her, even though you don't like her at certain points, because she's saying these awful and terrible things to this otherwise really great guy, besides some things that have happened in his past and personal life. And she was honestly just a really good part of the movie when they were writing her like that, and I thought Sadie Sink did an excellent job. I thought Hong Chow was really good in this movie too. She plays this friend to Charlie throughout the movie, and she's just a bright spot, I feel. Like, you very much see Charlie go through his everyday life, and when there are certain people around him, you can just see how his mood just goes up. And it's very similar, I think, to how it actually works in real life with people who are depressed and just kind of like at that point where they don't care anymore, and how they typically are going to care more and are going to feel more when they have friends and family there with them. And I thought that their relationship was really wholesome and really sweet. I really liked them. Another thing I really want to compliment them for is the fact that this is a movie that takes place in one place, an apartment building. That is all. It takes place in basically one room. You see the outside sometimes, but you never go outside except for the opening. And it's amazing to me how much they actually made it feel like a movie. Like with most movies that are moving parts, you're going from one place to another. This movie, you only are in one spot, and it didn't make the scenery or anything look boring, because you were so emotionally invested in everything that was going on that you just didn't care, really. And honestly, I think that's a really big technical achievement, and something that I was honestly kind of worried about is just the fact, is this going to be boring? Are you just going to be sitting there in this house? But no, you really just get sucked into a point where you just don't care, and I think that's really awesome. Some negatives I guess I could have with this movie, if you can call them that. This movie is not going to be for everyone. It's not. This movie is meant to make you cry, it's meant to make you feel things, and it's meant to make you look at life at a different angle. And if you're not into that sort of movie-going experience, do not watch this movie, because you're probably not going to enjoy your experience with it. Another thing I'll say is sometimes in this movie it is a tad slow. Like, there are occasional moments in the movie where the film does feel a little slower than usual, but it's not too major, and it's more of just a nitpick than anything, because I really do think this film is well paced enough where you're engaged the entire time. But all in all, this movie was fantastic. I enjoyed my experience so much. I watched it with my 4 other friends. We all loved it. We all said the same thing. This is an emotionally charged movie with probably one of the best performances I've seen in years from Brendan Frasier. It's incredibly emotional, with an incredibly compelling story that I just really enjoyed, and I loved it. I honestly really enjoyed it. I don't know if I ever want to watch it again just because of how much I cried, but this was a really great movie, and that's why I'm going to give The Whale a 9 out of 10. But anyways, that was my really quick review of The Whale. If you like what you saw here, please like and subscribe for more content on the channel coming pretty damn soon, and I'll see y'all next time. See ya.